Our presentation about Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes ad campaign. My name is Alyssa Harris.
I'm Lane Nadasta.
I'm Emily Pollock.
I'm Hillary Morris.
And I'm Daniel Brito. Here we see the timeline of events that shortly followed the campaign. It began with the initial release on July 23rd when American Eagle published their campaign featuring Sydney Sweeney. Almost immediately, major media outlets responded, with some articles criticizing the campaign's tone and creative choices. This early media backlash set the stage for a broader conversation that took place online. Within days, social media users added their own commentary, amplifying the criticism and framing the campaign as problematic. Finally, on August 1st, American Eagle issued an official public response, defending the campaign and pushing back on claims that it promoted harmful ideas, and saying that the ad is and always was about the genes and aimed to celebrate how great genes look good on everyone.
This campaign was launched to refresh and modernize American Eagle's brand by tapping into celebrity influence and current cultural trends. The goal was to show that their jeans are not only stylish and comfortable, but also relevant to younger shoppers who follow TikTok trends, humor, and authentic celebrity personalities. Sydney Sweeney was chosen because she represents confidence, relatability, and strong influence within Gen Z. The campaign also used the phrase great genes as a playful hook to spark conversation and go viral on social media. Overall, the campaign aims to boost brand awareness, increase online engagement, and position American Eagle jeans at the top choice for young people who want both style and personality.
The next part is the PR and earned media as well as the advertising. For the PR and earned media, it's closely related to the controversy and spread around social media. The reason that this so much happened too is because American Eagle made a very large social media presence with the 70-30 marketing strategy. This means 70% influencer freedom and 30% brand guidelines. The impact was the biggest part was TikTok. Their reach increased by 300% and their social media reached around 50 million individuals. Earned media set the scale for American Eagle, including their original target audience, but also parents and those of younger generations. As far as the advertising portion, they used out of home, in-store retail ad experience, YouTube, and social media. The advertisement was used to evoke emotion from their audience by rebranding and connecting with Gen Z. This created a 40% increase in denim sales, and the storytelling technique was to create nostalgia around the brand, reminding Gen Z of what they used to be and what they are now. Sydney Sweeney's denim represented in the ad sold out within 1 week of the release.
Now outlining the key reasons why the campaign drew such strong and polarized reactions. Many viewers and media outlets felt that the ad relied too heavily on the celebrity's sex appeal rather than focusing on the product itself, which caused the campaign to feel off message to some audiences. Additionally, some social media users labeled the ad as tone deaf or even suggested that it reinforced Western beauty standards, which contributed to a sense that the campaign was insensitive or poorly thought out. Beyond those concerns, critics also pointed out that slogan and creative direction felt unoriginal and lacked a clear purpose, making the overall execution appear weak. Despite these criticisms, the campaign still reached a massive audience, around 50 million impressions, largely because the controversy drew more attention than the ad might have received on its own.
Where earned media began, it started basically on TikTok and Instagram. Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes became a controversial conversation over all platforms, causing comments and the spiral of different posts. The target audience was focused around Gen Z and mostly created by Gen Z, but also touched older generations like parents. They basically left it up to Gen Z to keep the conversation going surrounding American Eagle. The TikTok views increased by 300% just by the conversations that were going on, as well as the constant images of the campaign. As seen in the images to the right, people were threatening to never use the brand, saying that the morals were bad and that genes determine personality, which also sparked more conversation on all platforms and caused the audience to view the new genes and what American Eagle had to offer.
Now, this slide showcases samples of social media reactions that emerged shortly after the campaign's release, and they help illustrate how the public perception shifted. Many of these comments express frustration or disappointment, with users calling out what they viewed as questionable messaging or creative choices. But what's most notable is how consistent the negative sentiment became. even among users who typically wouldn't engage with branded content. These posts demonstrate how social media platforms can intensify criticism quickly, transforming a small wave of reactions into a broader narrative about a brand.
So, for the public relations portion, their strategy was to take to the controversy instead of completely trying to shut it down. They did take down an original post, but then they put it back up to just keep their audience engaged in talking about the brand and Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle, even though some of the taglines were negative. With the amount of press and social media outreach, this drove customers and consumers to be super curious about American Eagle. This caused their stock sales and website reach to increase. This reset caused a new brand identity as well as an increase in engagement. The woke saying was a large part of this campaign. The CMO wanted to define culture, not only be a part of it. Therefore, the conversation surrounding it was controversial, but also resonated with the audience with the sensitivity and strength behind moral brand identity. As far as the ad strategy, that was based around nostalgia for Gen Z. They used Sydney Sweeney to create a connection with the audience and the brand, showing her personal style as well as American Eagle's moral compass for their brand identity. The ad was produced with the ad agency, American Eagle, and Sydney Sweeney, all in cohesion. They included Sydney Sweeney's personal style and American Eagle brand values. They styled this around their target audience, Sweeney, and the brand to ensure that their message and their target audience was clear. American Eagle had to tap back into their brand identity, making a presence on social media and empowering confidence and relevance within culture.
Following this ad campaign, American Eagle faced a lot of danger. There was a lot of negative public reactions. A lot of people were upset about the ad and the hypersexualization, specifically of women using Sydney Sweeney of it. And people were also saying, got mad at others saying that people were too woke and that they couldn't handle an advertisement like this. All in all, American Eagle had to respond, and they essentially stood on their ground and stood by their creative choices of the ad, which actually won them a lot of new customers. And then they even went out of their way to try and change the misconceptions by creating a post that at the end said, "Great jeans look good on everyone," to get the idea that it only looks good on people who look like Sydney Sweeney. Long-term impacts from this, a couple short ones following right after the ad. Obviously, American Eagle lost a bunch of the woke customer base, and American Eagle stores also fell 3% after the first 3 months of the ad release. About the denim market and its competitors, after American Eagle's campaign, competitors responded with their own successful ads, like Gap's Casey campaign and Levi's Beyonce campaign, which both raised their foot traffic to stores up. Although they also struggled, American Eagle's drop in foot traffic was the most significant. American Eagle now has the highest active customer count since 2010, from the strong ongoing engagement from these ads. American Eagle separated itself by focusing attention over value, and they got this as they really knew Gen Z seemed a lot more interested in style over utility, and they really pulled in the sex sells mindset that has always been kind of a golden rule for advertising. And from all this attention from younger generations, they have been gaining more consumers long term.
So why Sydney Sweeney? Sydney Sweeney was chosen because she connects perfectly with American Eagle's main audience. She's extremely relevant to Gen Z and Gen Alpha thanks to her roles in shows like Euphoria and Anyone But You. So young people instantly recognize her. She's also seen as relatable and down to earth and not as a untouchable celebrity, which matches American Eagle's casual, brand-friendly voice. Another key reason is brand safety. She isn't tied to major controversies, so she's a trustworthy and low risk partner. On top of that, her fashion sense and social media presence are huge. Her outfits go viral all the time, and she gets high engagement, which helps naturally spread American Eagle's denim message in a way that feels authentic and trend-driven.
So here's our advice to the marketers. This is what they ended up doing very well. They should keep the creativity. People like the bold visuals. The use of celebrities usually goes over well with audiences. So keep using imagery that's memorable to the public. to help build unique brand positioning. It helps products stand out in a crowded market. Also, learn from the feedback. Audiences were very open about what they liked and did not like about this campaign. Analyzing consumer reactions is a key part of market research and overall helps in creating campaigns that actually resonate with people. And this is what they did not do very well. Pay attention to social media. Social media amplify the backlash very quickly. In the age of social media, you should be looking at reactions closely. If everything starts going downhill, you should respond accordingly and fast. People notice those type of things. Also have positive values. Audiences expect brands to reflect inclusivity. Consumers these days like brands that have a strong moral compass. Aligning with good values is very valuable in today's world and should have been thought of before running the campaign. And lastly, avoid controversial content. The ad received criticism for sexualized or objectifying content. In marketing, you should mostly avoid imagery or messages that make people uncomfortable or upset. Ads like this can damage brand image, and your reputation is very important for the long-term success.
And then this is our addendum.